It's Jen from Scrapping Posh, and I am here with you today with the first album in a series that I plan on doing. And this is because the Twilight, it's called Forever Twilight and Forks is coming up for all the Twilight fans. And I know there's a lot of people that are not Twilight fans, but like actually the opposite. But I am a Twilight fan. I was probably about 10 years too late, if not more, to the whole bandwagon thing. So this is a series that I'm going to do, and it's not just going to be Twilight. It's going to be a series within a series of fictional characters that I like, and for the most part I like young adult romance and fiction. And because I like Harry Potter too, so I can't say romance, so young adult fiction. And I only want to do characters that I think I really know. And because I have a very small selection of books that I enjoy, I think that I think I know the characters fairly well. So this is the first in the Twilight series of my series of series. And this is a junk journal, as you can see. It measures about 8 3/4 by 6, I believe. The pages are 8.5 by 11, folded in half for the most part. Now, this is a hard cover, hard spine junk journal, all handmade. And I'll go through each thing with you. I am going to post this on eBay for sale, and hope that one of you guys that maybe couldn't get to the Forever Twilight and Forks, or are going, will enjoy this this book. So having said that, I also wanted to say that some of the other series that I'll be doing, I'm going to try and get the Bella done, and then I'll probably switch. It'll be Twilight, Hunger Games, Harry Potter, and Carry On from Rainbow Rowell, because I really do enjoy all those books, and I think I know the characters fairly well. So having said that, this is the Edward journal, and I say it's the Edward journal because I think it is a journal that Edward would have. For the most part, sorry, my dog is itching. For the most part, it is as if this is Edward's journal. There is a couple of things that you'll see that you're like, he wouldn't have that, and that's because I had to add a little Twilight ephemera to it. I just couldn't help myself. This is also the period of time probably right after the first book or first movie. And let's go, shall we? Like I said, this is a hardback, and the closure is a piece of black seam binding. So when you stuff it full of stuff and it gets chunky, you just sew it back up. This is the Cullen family crest with a piece of black lace sewn behind it. Or not sewn, but this one is Mod Podged and glued. The front is sealed with Mod Podge. And there is some cheesecloth and some lace sticking out of the spine. There are 5 signatures in here with 6 to 8 pages each, and I will pull out everything that is removable so that you guys can see what the basic journal looks like. It has a fabric spine, a nameplate that you can fill out. This piece of paper does not remove, so you have to pin it in. This is a real leather pocket, and the sewing in this entire book is not perfect. Not because I intended it not to be perfect, but because I can't really sew that well. And but I think it's okay. I think that it lends itself to it. So we have some student IDs here. One's Edward and one's Bella. They're a little different, but I got these off of the internet, and they are laminated with packing tape. And Edward has both of their IDs because I could see Bella just not having it. Like, having lost it or just not caring enough to, you know, carry it around with her. So Edward took care of that. Throughout the book, there are some pieces of cloth, and this is just a cotton fabric with a tone-on-tone pattern. I have some very old violin music. I think it's maybe from the 50s. And this is a piece of a cotton quilted fabric, and I just printed out an Alaskan real estate card. I thought that was kind of neat. And then this is just a piece of ephemera, I think from Seven Gypsies. It's just a, kind of looks like an old note card or postcard. And this is a tuck spot here. It's a half little quarter page. And then this is a piece of Seven Gypsies map paper, and it's 8x8, and it has sewing on it. There, it is torn right here, so don't be surprised. There's a doily sewn in. The signatures are hand sewn in with upholstery thread, so they shouldn't be going anywhere. And the strings are in the middle here. So here's just a world map. It's like an old style world map. Pages are coffee stained for the most part, and this was printed on a coffee stained paper. And there's the back, and then there's the other half of that doily and map. And then this is the other half of that pocket. And in here, I thought that Edward would have some vintage baseball ephemera. So, and he was from Chicago, so I have the Wrigley Field, old stadium, and a couple of autographed pictures, and those are printed on glossy photo paper. Okay, and again, all the ephemera I found on the internet, so. This is also printed on glossy photo paper with a Tim Holtz metal clip holding it on, and that's just Esme and Carlisle. This is just for decoration. That would be a nice place to start layering a collage. Of course, we have blank pages so that you can write. If you're going to the FTF, it would be cool to write, you know, in collage in this book, almost like a scrapbook for your event. And it has quotes in here from Midnight Sun. Let her see me clearly. And they're throughout the book. They are printed with my inkjet printer and on the coffee dyed paper. I also have some paper in here from the scrapbook collection, DCWV Immortal Love. Another piece of cotton and then a ribbon sewed on top of that, and it has a calligraphy pen charm with a bulb thingy, safety pin, and then there's a piece of little leather or something similar rope tied around that. It's removable if you don't want it. This is a piece of eco printed tissue paper. And there's a book, a picture from an art book, and there is, I don't know, a guy with the hunting on the back, which is appropriate, and a picture. This is, it says right here, Christ fresco from the gallery Florence something, I can't read gallery. So, and that's I thought that was kind of appropriate too, because he is religious. Again, there's another signature, and if you don't like all these little threads hanging off, you can trim them down. This is the closest I could find to their prom picture, and like I said before, this is like I'm figuring after the first book. I will do another album from Edward, probably for each book, so just be on the lookout for that. Maybe even each movie, because there's, you know, obviously there's one more movie than book. I just have, this is a Seven Gypsies piece of art, and then I printed, or I cut out a piece of dictionary paper, and this has the word jealousy on it in the first book. If you remember the reference to I thought I understood the word jealousy, So that's the Jealousy book. I have a small binder clip. The other side of that paper, the forest print on it. Every Life is Precious. That was a quote from Midnight Sun. And the Bella Italia, a piece of leather sewn here, and Do I Dazzle You. So that I kind of purposely put those together. And we got some more room for journaling and pictures and such. I do have some more eco printing here. The page is torn in the center, which doesn't bother me. I think that it's all part of the wear and tear of this album. And I wanted to include the eco printing because of the nature, the nature of forks. This is small. I have a Tim Holtz binder clip here. And these are from the internet also. They are not original. I printed them out on copy paper. And this is like a, oh, what do I want to say? Like a bond. So 100 shares for $1. It is registered to a Mr. Joseph Stern. I was okay with that, and the back is just distressed with distressing. I was okay with the different names on these things because, as we know, there were aliases used. Again, this is on copy paper. The back is distressed with distress stain. I used, antique linen and vintage paper or something like that. And again, this is like a bond, capital, or stock. This is stock, $600,000, 600 shares. And this one is to a Peter Stone. So another name, another share. It was just old stock. I thought that Edward would have that in his journal. And of course, these are removable. If you don't want them in there, take them out. Okay. I have this meadow paper from the DCWV paper collection. I have some white eyelet lace here. For those of you who have read the book, you will get the reference. One of Bella's favorite shirts from leaving Arizona was a white eyelet lace. And a picture of Bella the first year with that specific shirt on, I believe, or the what they tried to make that shirt be. The back of the scrapbook paper is not dyed. And then this is a poem book, and there is some writing on there. I did not do the writing. The writing was there when I got the book. And then in this tuck spot, it's not a complete pocket, it's just a tuck spot, but the stuff will stay in there. And this is a Chicago Cubs baseball from, I'm not sure what date it is. It says pennant winners, and then there's some of the guys in the dugout, which was a different year. And then I have printouts. These are not real tickets, but printouts that have been smudged up with distress ink of 2 different baseball games because they are baseball fans. Okay, and then this is the middle signature, and I have a key here with some thread tied to it that on the signature thing. Okay, this one says, did it hurt her to leave as it hurt me to go? There's the other half of that poem page. And again, another metal clip. All the clips and stuff obviously will come with the book. Everything you see here will come with the book. This one is just like an old, it looks like an old receipt. And Coralie Aden successor. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's like a luggage check. And then this is a letter from Harvard Medical School. And it's to a Dr. Judah Folkman, Surgeon-in-Chief at the Children's Hospital Medical 300 Longwood Avenue. It's not an acceptance letter or anything. It's just a reference letter. And again, that was from the internet. So, and it's removable. If you do not like the references, you may remove them. The other half of that paper, this is a glued on map of Chicago, old Chicago, where the territories and all that. This little pocket here is glued on also, and it has in there 3 baseball cards, like old baseball cards, and they are Mod Podge, so and layered on brown cardstock. And then there's just a plain white little tag in there that fits right in this book with these baseball cards. So I thought Edward would probably have some old baseball cards. Edward, I think, is a sentimental person. I have just a newspaper clipping on printer. It's printed on printer paper and glued in. And again, some eco printing. All these pages are eco printed. I eco printed them. So this was a page on copy paper from an old medical journal. And this one says, could a dead frozen heart beat again? It felt like mine was about to. Again, eco printed. This is a piece of real leather used as a tab. Another piece of that paper. It's like my favorite. And then an old book. I think this was children's poems or children's stories. I have a copy of Carter Burwell's Bella's Lullaby, who actually did the music for Twilight, and it does say composed by Carter Burwell, not by Edward Collins. So this is a piece of very fine eco printed paper, and it is torn up here, so you know it. A piece of washi tape would do great on that, but I don't mind it, so I left it in here. This is an art magazine, or art book rather, and there are some, you can cover that up if you want. This is just like some native artwork. Another piece of leather, another one of those poem pages, and more violin music. This one is a long quote. I could see how easy it would be to fall into loving Bella. It would be exactly like falling effortlessly. Not letting myself love her was the opposite of falling. It was pulling myself up a cliff, hand over hand, the task as grueling as if I had no more than mortal strength. Piece of blue vellum, and there is a bookmark. This one says, all of a sudden this girl's the whole world to me. I don't see the point of the rest of the world without her anymore. Piano music, book, art. There's the other half of that eco printing. That's the Carter Burwell. There is another Tim Holtz paper clip, and there's a workers permit that I printed on copy paper, and then a railroad administration. I'm not sure what that is. I have a doily sewn into this page. Another eco printing, and then the last signature. This is a piece of lightweight scrapbook paper, eco printing. I have here a picture of what I thought maybe Edward would look like as a child, and then I was thinking his mother, his father, and his grandparents. These are all printed on glossy photo paper, and this is a sewn pocket. It's just a small paper with a piece of ribbon on it. It's a piece of black lace. It's the same black lace that's on the front of the album, almost to the end. And this is a picture of a satyr that I printed off the internet. I love it. And it just fit for me somehow. It fit. I believe Edward would have some pictures of his favorite cars and motorcycles, and they range in years. And again, glossy photo paper. A clip from the newspaper that was printed out on regular copy paper, and this one is glued down. Another eco print, and then the part of the book, and there's some ribbon here, there's another pocket here, and also a place for a pencil, although it has to be a skinny pencil because, or you have to let it stretch out because it is a little small. And this is the part of the book where it says, and so the lion fell in love with the lamb, and I looked away, hiding my eyes, thrilled to the word. So everybody knows that saying. And then this is your Ex Libri book plate. I hand drew this and made copies of it. This will be in every Twilight series book I do. So, and it does say in my messy handwriting, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. It says ex libris, and there is a spot down there for you to put your name. Okay, so that is my book, and I hope you all like it. Unfortunately, I can't do a tutorial on this because I was impatient and probably a little lazy and maybe just a little dense because I could not figure out how to bind the book to get this crease here. So I used Nik the Booksmith's Teachable class, and I will link you to her channel as well as the eBay auction for this journal. So I hope you all enjoy it. Stay tuned for more fictional character journals. If you have any questions, please give me a call. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you all, and have a great day.